So dear students, in this video, we'll study about weighted average cost of capital. So weighted average cost of capital, it is also known as the overall cost of capital of having capitals from the different sources like equity, preference shares, debentures, retained earnings. So weighted average cost of capital of a company depends on the capital structure of a company. It weighs the cost of capital of a particular source of a capital with its proportion to the total capital. The weighted average cost of capital of a firm is of uses of two major areas. So we'll see that areas. So basically, this is also called as overall cost of capital, where it is totally depending on your sources and the capital structure. Like in the capital structure, what are your different sources? Based on your different sources, capital weighted average cost of capital is going to be calculated, right? So in examination, he can give you, like, he will tell you to calculate first different cost of capital, and then he will tell you to find out the weighted average cost of capital. So what are the two major areas where the weighted average cost of capital is basically useful? So in consideration of the firm's position, right, to know about the firm's position, where we are standing, where our firm financial position is, to know this, weighted average cost of capital is very, very useful. Similarly, evaluation of proposed changes necessitating a change in a firm's capital. Thus, a weighted average technique may be used in quasi-marginal way to evaluate a proposed investment project, such as construction of a new building. Now, this is very much useful when you are want to evaluate a proposed investment. Like there are different kind of projects going on, and these are like a quasi marginal way, like they are depending on equitable way and average technique basis. So for that sake, it is very, very, very useful for a person to calculate the weighted average cost of capital. Okay, so weighted average cost of capital is weighted average after tax cost of the individual components of capital structure. So whatever capital structure is there, in that whatever sources are being divided in capital structure, so we need to take that as an after tax. So if it is before tax, we have to reduce that tax component, and we will get after tax cost of individual component of capital structure. So this after tax cost of each debt equity is calculated separately. And then what we do, separately we'll calculate all. Like equity is separate, after tax cost of equity, after tax cost of debenture. Then similarly, we'll calculate of preference share. Then similarly, retained earnings. So then these all costs are added together, right? So to know about the overall cost of capital. So that is how we calculate the weighted average cost of capital. Let us see some steps. How do we calculate this? So the steps to calculate the weighted average cost of capital is very simple. That first of all, we need to add all the sources, as I have told you, like debentures, like preference shares, like equity shares, and retained earnings. We need to add the total of it. Okay, when we add this total, the proportion we need to find out. So how do we find proportion? It is very simple. Individual source divided by total capital. Like in example, you can see here. So first individual source is equity share capital. Equity share capital divided by total capital. Similarly, preference share capital divided by total capital. Similarly, retained earnings divided by total capital, and long-term debt capital divided by total capital. So when you do this, right, you will come to know about the percentage of proportion of each source of capital, right? That is the second step. First, you need to do the total of the all sources. Then you need to find out the proportion of each of the source of capital. This is the second step. Third step is to multiply the proportion as we have calculated in step number 2, the proportion whatever we calculated with the different cost, like whatever cost of capital you calculated, like cost of equity, cost of debt, cost of preference share, cost of retained earnings. We calculated this, multiply the proportion with the different kind of cost, like cost of equity into proportion of equity. Then whatever answer we get, that is written here as the total multiplied amount of proportion. Similarly, cost of debt into the proportion of debt, cost of preference share into proportion of preference share, cost of retained earning into proportion of retained earning in the share capital. So now after this, what we need to do is finally we need to do the aggregate, the cost of capital as calculated in step number 3. Whatever proportion and cost we multiplied it, equal all cost we did it, like cost of equity, preference share, then do the total of that all proportions, like KE plus KD plus KP plus KS, which is the retained earnings. Now finally this value what you get, right? This is called as the cost of weighted average cost of capital, right? Weighted average cost of capital. Okay. So let us see one example so that you will understand it. Okay. This is an example. So what is that? Is that example visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yeah. So let us see this. Calculate the weighted average cost of capital using the following data by using book value weights and market value weights. There are two weights given. First is book value weights and market value weights. So the capital structure of the company is also given. Debentures, 100 debentures of rupees 5 lakh each, right? Preference shares, 100 per shares of rupees 5 lakh each. Equity shares, rupees 10 per share of rupees 10 lakh. So the total value is 20 lakh. So can you tell me that how many debentures are there? How to find out the number of debentures? So debenture capital is 5 lakh divided by 500. So if you do the amount, what you get, like 5,000 amount, you got 5,000 as the number of debentures. Similarly, preference shares, 5 lakh divided by 100. So you'll get 5,000 preference shares multiplied by 100 is 5 lakh. Equity share capital, 10 lakh equity share, each share is 10 rupees. So that is 1 lakh. 1 lakh into 10, you multiplied it, you got 10 lakh. So this is the basic capital structure of the company. Okay. So let us see that. Now, if you see here, the continuation of the problem, the market price of these securities, the market price are given. Debentures are rupees 105 per share per debenture. Preference shares 110 per preference shares. Equity shares rupees 24 each. Okay. Now, additional information you see, rupees 100 per debenture redeemable at par, 10% coupon rate means the discount rate, 4% is the flotation cost, and 10 years is the maturity. So here you see the very important thing you have to remember is what kind of debenture it is. The debenture is redeemable debentures. Okay. Similarly, rupees 100 per preference shares redeemable. Again, this is also redeemable at 5% coupon rate, 2% is flotation cost, and 10 years is maturity. Equity shares equity share has rupees 4 flotation cost and market price rupees 24 per share. Next year expected dividend is rupees 1 with annual growth of 5%. The firm has practice of paying all earnings in form of dividend. Corporate tax is 50%. Okay, so now what we need to do to calculate weighted average cost of capital, with the given information, we need to find out first cost of different capital. Okay, let us see with the first point, the cost of equity. So what is the formula for cost of equity here? The actual formula for cost of equity is D1 divided by P0. But here growth rate is given and flotation cost is also given. So the formula is D1 divided by P0 minus F, that is flotation cost, plus growth rate. If you do this, you will get cost of equity. Okay, D1, dividend. The next year expected dividend is rupees 1. So that rupees 1 we wrote, divided by P0 is the price. Okay, price of equity shares. So what is the price of equity shares? The price of the equity shares, if you see, the market price is 24 per share, right? On the third point, if you see, you'll understand 24 per share. So same 24 is P0 minus 4 is the flotation cost, minus 4 plus growth rate. So with annual growth rate of 5%, when it is 5%, convert that in decimal. 5 divided by 100, if you do, you'll get 0.05. Okay, now 1 divided by 24, 20 plus 0.05. When we do this, we will get 0.1 or we will get 10%. So cost of equity we will get is 10%. Okay, now let us come to the second point, that is cost of debentures. Okay, so this is the second point, cost of debentures. So what is the formula of cost of debentures? I into bracket 1 minus T plus RV minus NP divided by N whole divided by RV plus NP divided by 2. So this is the formula for cost of debentures. Now interest, if you see about interest, I will just show you. So debentures interest are at 10%. 10% coupon rate he has told you. So 10%. 10 of 100 rupees of that 10%. Right? So how much interest you will get? 10 rupees. So 10 rupees we will write into bracket. 1 is the constant there. 1 minus tax rate is how much? Corporate tax is 50%. All right. So 50 divided by 100. So we'll get 0.50. Then plus 100 is the redemption value as it is same, minus net proceed. Net proceed. So the net proceed we will write that as it is divided by N. Okay. So then RV plus NP divided by 2. Okay. So here if you see, net proceeds is 96. Okay. So why it is 96? Why the net proceed is 96? Because 4% is flotation cost. 100 minus 4 will get 96. So the formula you see here, 10 into bracket 1 minus 0.5 plus 100 minus 96 divided by how many number of years? 10 years whole divided by 100 plus 96 divided by 2. So when we do these all calculations, the ultimate answer we'll get is 0.055. Okay, 0.055. Next, cost of preference shares. So the cost of preference shares we have calculated here. Okay, so the preference share, the percentage is 5%. 5 divide plus the flotation cost he has given you. So we have taken here 2 divided by 10. Do you know why we have taken 2 divided by 10? That is 100 minus 98. 100 minus 98. Directly we have taken 2 divided by 10 whole divided by 198 divided by 2. So that we have got as 5.2 divided by 99. So the answer of cost of preference share will get 0.053. So this is cost of preference share. Now see, in this we have got all the cost. We will go for calculation of weighted average cost of cap using book values. So book value is given, like I will just show you the previous slide. Let me show you the previous slide first. So these values are the values which are given, the book values. So we'll write that book values here, 5 lakh, 5 lakh and 10 lakh. So we'll prepare a columns, source of capital, book value, weights, after tax cost of capital and weighted average cost of capital. So there are 3 sources of capital: 10% debentures, 5% preference shares and equity shares. Book value 5 lakh, 5 lakh and 10 lakh. So the total is 20 lakh. Now weights, how do we find out weights? What I told you, individual source of capital divided by the total value of the share capital, right? The total value of the share capital. How we will do this? See here, 5 lakh is the amount divided by 5 lakh divided by 20 lakh. So the weight you will get is 0.25. Similarly, 5 lakh divided by 20 lakh, 0.25. 10 lakh divided by 20 lakh, you will get 0.50. When you do this total, it should be 1. It should be 1. Okay, now after tax cost of capital, we have calculated this. So the debenture is 0.055, 0.055. Okay, Preference share is 0.053, 0.053, we wrote this, and equity share is 10%. Okay, 10%. So we wrote here 0.10, 0.10. So now we need to multiply this like 0.25 into 0.055, 0.0137, right? 0.25 into 0.053, 0.0132, 0.50 into 0.10. So we'll get 0.0500. Total of this will get okay, total of that we'll get is 0.0769. Okay, 769. Now that is the weighted average cost of capital using book value weights. Now using market value weights, so here there has been increase in the value of debentures. Okay, the debenture value has been increased. So we'll see that debenture value increased. So that is 10% debenture. Now from 100 to it has increased to 105, multiply by 5,000. So we'll get the next value 5,25,000. Preference share 110, 5,000 is the value. Equity 24 into 1 lakh, 24 lakh. But these weights will also change. 5,25,000 divided by 34 lakh. So you'll get 0.151. 5,50,000 divided by 34 lakh, 75,000. 0.1598. 24 lakh divided by 34 lakh, 75,000. 0.691. So total you'll get 1. After tax cost will remain same. Whatever we calculated for book value weights, same will remain for market value. Multiply this, so we'll get 0.085. So we want to convert that in percentage, multiply by 100. So we'll get 8.5%. Okay, 8.5% will get us the answer for this.